Alright, day two. Once again, I refuse to come in at my own time. So, yeah, sure, why not? It is, what is it? Is it almost noon or is it past noon? It's almost noon, which is an hour later than I like to be here. But, we're here. So, day two, got a lot more stuff to do for today. So, let's get to it. How's it going, viewers? Welcome to day two of Comic Con 2026. And as I unfortunately said before, I got here an hour later than usual because I wanted to go to the fashion show and try to get some footage of that because, fashion show, probably cosplay, but more than likely there's going to be like a lot of fashion designs. And that was something new that would be done here at Comic-Con. So I was like, okay, why not? But unfortunately, I got here an hour late, and that is long since passed. So why not just walk around for the meantime until the next thing that I wanted to cover, which is the ramen eating competition. And I'll talk more about that when we get around to it. But for day two, my goals for day two were to really enjoy the con more, especially so because day two for almost all 3-day conventions is the biggest day where everybody's coming because it's on Saturday. There's no school, no work normally, so everybody does not have to worry about any other life obligations or anything. We're all here nerding out, geeking out, having fun. And because so, what I probably think all the best cosplays are done on Saturday, as where we get the most people. And also Saturdays are when the cosplay competitions happen. There was one today. Now, have the unfortunate thing to talk about it more. Not so much as that it wasn't bad or anything. It's just that I didn't get to see it, and we'll talk more around the time that it should have happened. But around this time, I am looking for my plus one once more, and we get to go around and explore the venues and everything. And I get a chance to go into the arcade room once more, play a few games until it's time for the eating competition.
Well, we know. I think we know the booth, right? I think we know the booth, right?
Yeah. Are you doing only B-roll right now, or are you
It's both. It don't matter. I mean, right now it's like this is like incidental day two. I think what I want to do is definitely use up all of today for the day two because I put all of the stuff I did yesterday into one big folder.
Now, I will say probably the favorite thing that I've done was actually watch the ramen eating competition. These, I want to say like, I don't want to say like starving individuals, but like these guys, they're amazing. All of them, guys and gals, just participating in this eating competition. So it was 7 rounds, and each round took only the top person who finished first into the final round. So 7 rounds, 7 finalists going into the final round. And so the eating competition entailed 1 cup ramen that is, I want to say almost ready prepared beforehand, because you can see in the back they're already preparing the next batch of cup of ramens. So they have the boiling hot water in there, relatively boiling hot water. I would say it was extremely hot for some of them, as some did struggle, but others they just braved through it. And the fork is a suggestion. They said you can use the fork, but you don't have to. So in some of them, you do see them just scarf it down, caveman style, with their bare hands. It's amazing. It's great. And all the rounds were honestly just cool and amazing, seeing everybody go in. Some finished quicker than others. Others were a little bit slower, in that people were either A, taking their time, or B, trying to brave through the heat. One of them is especially my favorite. The guy on the end, he was very animated, and he actually won. He was actually my favorite going into the final round. And there was also another round where it was a father and his son. It was cute. It was amazing. It was adorable. And in the final round, whew, they had a full like bowl of bulldog spicy noodles. So not only had you had to deal with the heat of the boiling water, but you also had to deal with the spiciness of the noodles. And you know what? I'm just gonna let the final round play out by itself.
Alrighty, guys, down non-binary pals. Are you ready? All right, champions. 3, 2, 1. Spicy ramen and boiling ramen. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I'm still really sorry. We're gonna try even longer next year. For prep. I think everyone's got perfectly done at this table. Oh my goodness. That is a win for Team Peace.
So yeah, I was losing that round. If I actually got in there and joined and tried my best at it. But still, like, props to all of them for joining. Hey, you can even join the ramen eating contest if you skipped breakfast and you needed a quick lunch or breakfast or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's all for fun. It didn't even cost anything. You're just there to have fun with other people, put on a spectacle, if anything, and enjoy yourself. Okay, so if you also watched my day one coverage of Comic Con, I also used Friday as a scouting day for the vendor room, because at this moment in time, I wanted to get a little bit more footage of the outside of the vendor room, more of the outside vendors and the tables. Like, for instance, the 501st was here doing their awesome Star Wars cosplays, and even having a few droid robotics. A few, I think I only saw one so far as far as the droid robotics, but still amazing stuff that they do. It's, I don't want to nerd out too much. So moving on from there, I already got the Itachis from day one, so that was in that video. And also I got a lot of footage of the New South Wrestling. Only a little bit of it, like the tail end of one match as they were doing some tag team wrestling. Also, New South Wrestling, really cool wrestling group that does shows all across. They're pretty fun and amazing. Uh, I wanna. I'll come out and say it. I'm not the hugest wrestling fan. I mean, I listen to other people and other fans talk about it, and I'm not one to like hate on the fandom or anything. I appreciate everything they do, and I think it's like a cool thing that's happening. And you know, when you see it, you're like, dang, I kind of want to do it as well. You know, I kind of want to get in the ring and do some wrestling on my own, play up to the crowds, maybe be a heel, maybe be the villain. Who knows? You know, one day, you know, like it's like a bucket list kind of thing. But not too much talking about it. You know, I stayed around, got some footage of it, really amazing. And then after that, it's real vendor room hours. Oh, vendor room. Oh, vendor room. How many times have you stolen money out of my wallet? Well, coerced me to spend the wallet money. I can't even talk anymore. Even just looking at it, I just want to buy it all. I just want to get everything from my collection, but I know I just don't have the space for everything that I have in my place. In order to have everything, I want to buy all the anime figurines that I want to, but I don't have the space for everything. I want to buy all the handcrafted dice, but I don't have the place for them, nor do I want to roll them because they look so beautiful. I want to buy all the prints, all the illustrations from the artists that do so much good work. However, I don't have the wall space to have everything. There's too much everywhere. I want to buy all these plushies. I want to buy this. I want to buy that. I want to buy some new clothes. You know, the vendor room, it really strains you and it stresses you and it teaches you patience. It teaches you restraint. And that's what I did. I restrained myself. I had a budget that I wanted to stick to going in, and I stuck to it actually. I spent a little less than. No, I spent a little over half. No, under half of the budget that I had. So, I mean, good thing. You know, I mean, I had some outside factors um, not allowing me to do as much, but I managed to get things that I wanted to. You know what? I might as well show a picture of what I got. So everything, I got 2 sets of dice, 2 figurines of some of my favorite anime characters. I got a this is not from the vendor room. I got it from the tabletop room, but a booster box of Oshi Push that will eventually be a video on me opening it, so look out for that. And that was it, right? Oh no, I also got a license card for Weiss from Ruby because I do like Ruby. I guess I'm one of the rare ones that like Ruby in this day and age. And my favorite character is Weiss, so why not get her card? It's really cool, really cheap. Only $5. But yeah, of course the vendor room is amazing. I used Friday as a scouting day. I looked through the vendor room. I didn't really record it since I don't want to take up too much time on recording. But I really did just scatter around. I knew what I wanted to buy. I knew which booth to go to. And today was just me like recording literally every single booth going down the line. Now I did not get close to, I want to say, over half of the booths because you know there are other people there shopping, they're looking, they want to get a closer look. So if there was space for me to get close, I will get close, get a shot or two, and then be done with it. Otherwise, I'm in the middle, moving down slowly, staying out of other people's way that are also moving as well. Being respectful to the space, you know, allowing people that really want to look. And for others, you know, just staying out of the way. And of course, as you go through the vendor hall, you're going to see a lot of people, you know, dressed in their awesome cosplay. And I'll put a tip here for, you know, people in cosplay or people want to take pictures of people in cosplay. Cosplay is I forgot what the saying was. Cosplay does not mean automatic consent or one thing or another. So if you want to take a picture of somebody in their cosplay, use always respectful to ask for it first, especially if they're like talking to somebody else, if they're not paying attention to you, and or if they're sitting down resting, trying to catch their breath or waiting for the next thing. People in the cosplay, they're busy people too, so it's always respectful, and really encouraged to ask cosplayers for their consent if they want to be taken a picture of. And if they say yes, you're cool. If they say no, don't stress about it too much. There's maybe a good chance that somebody else will have the same cosplay, or they say, hey, I'm trying to get something else, check back here at this time, set it up, whatnot, be respectful. And just on it, like at the end of the day, we are all people, we are all human, we're all here to geek out, nerd out, have fun with each other. Just make this a very safe, respectable place as we can be, and burn holes in our wallets in the vendor room. So that's that. So after buying everything that I could in the vendor room for the day, I had a big bag of stuff, and I didn't want to be walking around the place with my stuff. So I took this moment to go out to my car with my stuff, put it in the car, walk all the way back, and while I was walking back, got some footage of the skywalk area of people in their cosplay as well. Did that, and afterwards got to my +1, checked the schedule, and we're like, okay, a little hungry, let's refuel ourselves with some food, and then afterwards we go to the cosplay contest. So instead of going to Eugene's in the uptown area, I decided to check out a new place in the area called the Cantina. And this place, think of it as a Mexican style restaurant, to where they have fajitas, burritos, quesadillas, empanadas, all that good stuff. But their menu was shortened. Suppose we didn't get the full menu because of big event. Don't really want to cook everything on the menu. Keep it small, keep it concise for the amount of people, and call it a day. And my +1, she got this big quesadilla, and on top of it, it was sitting above some fries. And the fries were super thin, and I thought, that's kind of odd, but they were crispy and they tasted amazing. So I was like, oh, okay, I can get behind some flat crispy fries. I can see the vision, I see where this is going. And I got the loaded sweet corn loaded fries, which had sweet corn on top of it, of course fries, queso, pico, and a whole bunch of other stuff on it. It was a mountain of food, and I almost ate it all. I could have eaten it all, but that's okay. It's fine. I ate the rest of it at home, and man, that was good as well. And the cantina itself, the experience, okay. So it was a 10 to 15 minute wait for our table. That's fine. That's okay. A bunch of people are here eating. That's fine. We got our table. We waited an additional, I believe it was about 10 to 15 minutes for the waitress to notice us. Now, I'm not shaming. I'm not spreading a bad review or whatever. I understand. Not even rush hour. It's like there's a big event going on next in the BJCC. There's another event going on. There's a lot of people. I understand your attention gets pulled one way or another. People are coming in. Your tables and booths are getting filled. You got to do what you got to do. I understand. But my friend and the waitress, they made eye contact at one point, and they both smiled at each other. It's still we didn't get our drinks. We were still waiting on our drinks. uh, but eventually she took our order. We got our food, and food was amazing. That's something the only I say bad thing that happened. Even though like two other groups came in earlier, and in the same area they got their drinks ordered already before us. We're not one to be annoying and be like, give us our drinks. Why won't you give us our drink? Yeah, we're not that. We're not that egregious. But we laughed at it. We joked at it. It's all water under the bridge. It's cool. So after that, we went in and we went to the first floor to wait in line for the cosplay competition. Now, we did not go in to see the cosplay competition because it was a huge waiting line already. And also at the time, the battery in my Pocket 3 was running low. And I didn't get any B-roll footage of going to the place and seeing the line and everything because I was trying to conserve battery for the whole cosplay competition. And then afterwards, I would recharge. But we waited in the line. It was wrapped around the escalator as well, and that's how big the line was. And it fell into this little pocket area behind the escalator. And more people kept filing in. They were trying to fit as many people as possible. And one of the guys on staff said like, hey, there is a cap for the room. And they're trying to fit as many people as possible into the room. But once they hit that hard cap, they gotta stop letting people in. And me knowing that and seeing our position in the line, I made the executive decision to be like, it's highly likely, maybe, that from where we were standing in line, we wouldn't get into the room. And it's no skin off my bones. It is what it is. We came in a little too late. I want to say like 10 minutes before to wait in line. And knowing how popular it is for everyone to see all the cosplays, should have gotten there earlier. No skin off my bones. It is what it is. Got other B-roll footage of like cosplay, like walking through. It's okay. There's other places I can do. Also, it's good enough time to recharge the Pocket 3 as possible, so I can spend more time getting things. So, it sort of works out and then balances. I ain't too worried about it. So while I got this footage of the 1v1 foam fighting tournament going on, I didn't get the whole tournament, just a few matches. And this is after one thing that I wanted to do. So if you notice during some of the footage, there are these booths that are set off on the walls and to the sides. These are organizations, be it non-profit or fan tables or one thing or another. And I really wanted to focus on the non-profit organizations, the established ones already, because there are so many times that us as con goers or people just going through it, enjoying the space, that we do see these booths, but either A, we don't know what the organizations are or what they do. B, we don't want to go up to them in the first place, and do that social kind of the thing. I completely understand. And C, you just merely walk past them and not really pay much attention to them at all. And if they're not on the schedule, I mean, why kind of bother deal with them? So I thought in my mind, it's a whim, it's an idea. It's the first thing that I wanted to do, or like a first idea that I wanted to do and see how that pans out, I think it's a good idea. But I wanted to highlight I wanted to go up to the organization tables and introduce myself, what I'm doing. I'm vlogging, I'm putting up my coverage of these conventions and these videos on the YouTube. And I want to say, hey, would you like to do a spill about your organization? Doesn't have to be long. I tape you and put it on YouTube within the video and possibly make a short out of it. We'll see where it goes, and that's it. That's the idea. Just give them exposure, give them some kind of coverage, because there's a lot of cool organizations that are just off to the side, and they don't. Maybe they don't get the attention that they deserve. Maybe it's an organization that you think that you might be able to be a part of or support, or maybe you think it's an organization that can help support somebody that you know, or maybe it's a good volunteer opportunity for you to go into. There's so many what ifs that I just thought, what if? Like, let me just do it, and if I can just get one person to like really be invested in it, and it reaches out to them, and then they spread the word, I'm happy. That's not a deal. So these next few are those organizations doing this bill.
Hi, my name's Clarissa, and I'm on the board of AVA, Autistic Voiceover Artists. It's a nonprofit that is geared towards helping adults on the spectrum learn how to do voiceover. So you can take classes with voiceover professionals. They are virtual, so you can do it from the comfort of your own home. And it's an amazing opportunity to get exposed to voiceover. If you have an interest in it as a hobby, you can do it that way. If you have an interest in pursuing voiceover as a career, it's a great way to get started and also learn how to put together a portfolio, learn how to work on your voice, learn what equipment you need, and then potentially start auditioning and seeing what you can do. But it's a great community, it's very welcoming, and it's a group that I'm very proud to be involved with. You can check out our free classes, and it's a subscription-based service, and we welcome anyone who is interested.
All right. Hi, my name is Eric. I am with Yellowhammer Lug, and Lug stands for Lego Users Group. We are based out of Birmingham. We are essentially a local Lego fan club, and we, as you can tell, we enjoy building and creating and sharing with Lego. And this here is, they're called habitats. They are basically our way of being able to display a group project when we have limited space for display. And what they are, you just build it, and you build it around whatever you geek out over. I mean, it could be Doom, it could be cosplaying, it could be Doctor Who or D&D. We've got Monty Python, Star Trek, NCIS, in space, and even a How I Met Your Mother. So, yeah, it's really just, it's a way that people can just share what they geek out over, what they enjoy building. None of these came with instructions. They were basically just original builds. And it's just whatever you want to build. That's the great thing about Lego. Whatever you want to build, you can do it. And there's nothing wrong with doing sets according to the instructions. If that's how you enjoy your pastime for Lego, then that's great. But if you want to build original, maybe something nobody's ever seen before, then that's great too.
Hey, I'm Chris at Cody Konga. And I'm Zach. So we are with the Warrior Sonic Drive-In, and we have Sonic Comic-Con. It is a one-day Comic-Con outdoors of all places, where you're gonna have vendors, cosplay, live musician playing, fandom cars, taekwondo. Watch this boy over here kick some butt. Yep. All your normal Comic-Con stuff, but we also have certain things like chili cheese pot eating contest. We got Route 44 slush drinking contest. wholesome family fun and friendly. That's what we're all about, experiencing your individuality and creativity. What's your favorite thing you do at ConyCon?
My favorite thing at ConyCon is the dog cosplay contest.
The dog cosplay contest.
That was probably one of my favorite ones I've ever done.
I really like the chili cheese hot eating contest. We had a lot of people who just had a lot of fun with that, and it was great. So we hope you come see it June 13th, the Sonic Drive-In and Warrior on exit 282.
9984 Cooper Drive.
So yeah, those are just 3 of the many organizations that are already out there. Like one for just a group of people for Legos. So if you're into Legos, there's like another group that you can join if you're not already a part of one, or you can just check them out and have fun. And then you have a group that's helping out a certain group of people that want to do voiceovers or voice acting, and it's helping them out. And then you have another organization that also has that's also doing a convention that you can go to later on in the year. It just compounds and compounds and compounds. Like, I didn't get to them, but MomoCon, they had a table and they were promoting their stuff. There was also another table that was promoting a convention in Tennessee. I can't remember the name of it at the moment in time. I'll surely remember it in the next video on day 3, since we passed by their booth a whole bunch of times. And you know, that's just a sample size. Like, I didn't get to everyone, and some people didn't want to, or the head person to do the actual promo wasn't there, and I didn't want to push anything further. I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable in the scenario. So, you know, it's just a volunteer thing. You know, if they wanted to do one, cool. If not, you know, I'm not stressing. You know, and they shouldn't stress as well. And after that, there was the foam fighting. I got that, which you already saw. And then after that, I think I went into the arcade for a bit, and then we came to the dodgeball tournament. 2 teams facing off, playing dodgeball, as what you're seeing right now, and got some footage. Oh, just only one game, since this dodgeball game took a long time, as you could probably tell that people are conservative, not really aggressive one way or another. You know, people are skilled enough to, like, you know, catch balls. You know, that's cool. But there were some cool moments. One guy got hit with the ball and he fell down on the floor, but he caught it anyway while it was still in the air, got his teammate back, and then literally 3 seconds later his teammate got pelted and he went off the floor. Oh, that was nuts. But yeah, it was fun watching them play dodgeball, and you know, still, it's a great experience to see wind down for a moment. And that is day 2 wraps for me. At this point, I stuck around for a while, went back to the arcade room, played on a bunch of the arcade cabinets, because, you know, lines die down, get a lot more reps in games. So I had some fun time. Walked my +1 to their car and let them go home before I went back to the arcade and chilled. And then once time wound down to the point to where I needed to go home, you know, get some time in to upload these files to my hard drive so I can have them ready. Did that, but I got some B-roll footage of what night looks like in Birmingham around this area, and of course it looks spectacular. Big lights blaring so you can see. It's just a fun time. And of course, you know, sirens going on, as you know, we are near UAB, so we had a plethora of ambulances going around. And day 2, oh, love day 2. Day 2 is always probably like the highlight for everyone's day, and this was also like no exception. Love day 2. Got to see several things, several new cosplays, met some friends and talked with them for a bit, make new friends, all that good fun stuff that happens at a convention. Really, really just really an awesome time every year. So, with that being said, day 3 is on the horizon. Hopefully, it doesn't take me too long to get the day 3 video out. I'm not gonna promise next day, but I'm gonna try. If not, possibly the day after. And got some more videos I gotta edit down as far as like anime reviews. But for the day coverage, there's one more video. Also, I do plan on making shorts. I got ideas for them. I just gotta buckle down and get to them and make time for them. But with that being said, hope all of you just enjoy the video. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Comment down below if you got any questions. I'll answer them if possible, or if I still remember. And of course, there is another convention that I will be going to, so it's not gonna stop. I mean, it might be months before the next one, so if you wanna keep yourself locked in, subscribe, do the whole notification thing, the YouTube pleasantries. The conventions are coming, and I am going, and I am learning through this of things I can do better, and a whole bunch of other things that I can improve on and make the video editing experience easier and better. Oh, and of course, me is gonna talk over of what I did. But anyway, hope all of you have a good day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world, and I hope your day is just a little bit better than it already is. With that, we'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.